Here we have a Mike Wooldridge custom cue that probably dates from maybe around about 2006 to maybe 2009 or so. This is a cue that I bought off of eBay, very much a bargain find, and the specs were unsure really. We didn't know. I bought it for a good price, but I didn't know the tip size, the length. Absolutely fantastic piece of craftsmanship, and you can see from the base here, this is Mike's older style of butt joint here, so he now uses a different system. So this is one of the features that helps us really to date the cue. One of the things you will have a look at is there's some slight discoloration of the badge around the edge there. That was down to kind of I think oiling over the years. I think there was perhaps some oil has seeped in just between the kind of perspex badge and just kind of got its way into the badge underneath there. Really beautiful. It was a 3/4 cue. It turned out to be a pull spec cue in the end. So what we mean by pull spec is UK pull spec. It was a little bit shorter. I think this was about 56.5 inch, and it actually had a smaller tip. I think the tip was around about 8mm. But this is absolutely beautiful cue. Really quite nice combination of this dark stripy wood. I forget which wood it is. It could have been a rosewood, it could have been kingwood. A nice kind of light green veneer and jet black ebony. Here's a view from the other angle, and you can see some of the details there. Catches the light really nicely. It was a very lovely cue to find. And here's an example once again of one of Mike Wooldridge's old 3/4 joint. He doesn't use this style anymore. Once again, it helps to kind of date some of these cues. Now here we have a glimpse of the ash shaft. It was a nice ash shaft, nicely figured. Had what we may term as kind of like some soft peaks, I suppose people may well describe it as. So rather than being kind of like quite long and pointy, actually they're kind of quite a soft peak to them. Overall very, very nice. It was just a bit of a shame that it wasn't snooker spec, but I play UK pool as well, and here you've kind of got quite a busy end, so you've got kind of 5 chevrons in view in the last kind of like 12 inches or so of that cue. Nothing too off-putting. Overall nice. I did mention it had a small tip, so it was for UK pool. I think it was 8mm. And the cue also came with a matching mini butt. I do think it may well have been kind of kingwood on this cue here. Very, very nice. Lovely brass joint. And if you're kind of in the lookout for older Mike Wooldridge cues, because they're coming very collectible, here's some of the things to look out for really is the badge. Quite often they were dated as well. The badges would have carried the date. And also just have a look at the joints. These mini butts and the extensions for these cues are actually quite sought after. So yeah, it's a lovely cue. Mike Wooldridge needs very little introduction as a craftsman. It's absolutely fantastic, makes some great cues, and he's introduced some kind of technologically interesting aspects to some of his cues with his new jointing system and different ferrules and things. So yeah, thanks for that. I hope you enjoyed that. If you found it interesting, give me a like. Any questions about this cue or any other cues, please kind of feel free to comment, and likewise if you know of somebody who may well enjoy this, please share it. Cheers.